Hello. Alright, so today we're going to be going over another VOD review. I think either tomorrow or the day after, as soon as I get a chance, I will do another one of the guides on like a cost of unit. I'll probably do like a vague, like 4 costs are really hard to do, but I'll try and make like a generic like AD or AP flex guide for 4 costs. But in general, usually once a week if you're new here, I usually do like a tutorial thing. Other than that, it's going to be daily uploads where I go over a VOD. The VOD tries to illustrate a different comp from like the last couple days, and I basically like break down like what I did good, what I did bad, what improvements to do, just as a learning process. This game came after like a lot of bad losses. I actually just looked at the losses I had right before this, and a lot of it was like just in terms of like my item early and flexibility. So hopefully I see a little bit of an improvement in there. But I'm gonna be keen looking at myself to figure out like what I'm slamming early, to make sure I can tighten up that belt, so to speak. I think in this game what I end up playing is like a Kaisa SYLAS, right? So there's certain comps where like usually in this meta, right, you want to eventually make it to a point where like, especially in like stage 5, you have like 2 or 3 carries, right? Like let's say like stage 5, you want 2 carries, 1 tank at minimum, right? At minimum you need 2 carries, 1 tank on stage 5, right? Typically what the comps that typically do the best, or the ones that work really well in the meta, are ones that are like an AP/AD build, right? So for example, you see a lot of like probably Kaisa SYLAS. That's like a more like, I had a video on it yesterday that I feel like it's very high roll and you have to hit it from certain spots. And then another one is like Ashe Lilia, right? This one's like the really popular one. I like this one a lot better because it's like a lot easier to play around. But basically the reason you have like these AP/AD comps is because the items you get are random, right? You can get whatever items. It's really difficult to like pinpoint exactly which items you're gonna get, right? Because that's a lot of TFT, becoming a really good TFT player is being able to slam items and play around those items and have like a certain like, you know, method to it, right? Oh, I got Build-A-Bud. Ooh, oh, it's this game. Oh shit. Okay. Okay, I have a lot to talk about this game. I remember this one now. Okay, so as I was saying, when you have items, sometimes it's hard because, like, you know, what if you want to play Ashe and you get a bunch of rods and tears, right? What items do you make? What if you want to play towards Kaisa and you don't get a glove or a sword, right? Sometimes then you run into these spots where you have a good spot in terms of units, but you don't have a good spot in terms of items, and you're just kind of like sitting meandering trying to figure out like, well, what do I do? You know, I have like a Kaisa too, but I have no items for her, and I have this. Yeah, so the reason that like a lot of good boards are AP with AD, like they have like an AP carry, so somebody that uses ability power items, and an AD carry, is because it allows you to minimize the risk of your items, right? If you get a lot of tears and rods, you can put them on a SYLAS, you can put them on a Lilia. If you get a lot of swords and bows and AD items, you can put them on the Ashe, you can put them on the Kaisa, right? It makes it so that because you have 2 carries, 2 carries is really essential late game. It's like really strong, just because you need the extra, you need like multiple units to do a lot of damage. You can't just rely on 1 unit, just because the way people cap out their boards, there's typically so much frontline, so much damage that you need like multiple to help out, right? That's why like these AP/AD boards work out really well, and it's a lot easier to play, right? It can be a lot more flexible, because in place of like the SYLAS, like you basically just roll for anything. I think a lot of times in general, there's more full AP boards than there are full AD boards. Think like a SYLAS, so one example of a comp is like a SYLAS Morgana. We can also look at stats for these just to show you like some ideas of comps, right? If you play like a SYLAS Morgana comp, what ends up happening is you need a lot of AP items for SYLAS, you need a lot of AP items for Morgana. So typically if you're like building augments, building items, it's a lot better to slam the in my opinion, it's a lot better to slam the AP items early, because if you get stuck with more AP items, like let's say like the game is you're really fucking unlucky, or you high roll, maybe depends on how you look at it, and you get like a bunch of rods, a bunch of tears, right, and you already have AP items, then you run into a situation, it's like you can only use so many of those items as tank items. You can basically build towards 2 AP carries a lot easier than 2 AD carries, is what I mean to say, right? The only comp that really uses 2 AD carries is the Kai'Sa comp, because you itemize Kai'Sa and then you itemize Xayah. But that's like really, like, you know, it's a very difficult comp to play in a lot of cases. Anyways, I don't really have specific stats to look at, so we're just gonna like dabble in the little playground that is TFT tactics.tools. Instead, we'll just look at the top comps, and I'll kind of just illustrate my point a little bit with that. So right over here, this is what I was trying to point out. So if we look at some of the top comps, right, like if you look like Storyweaver, Ghostly Nar Kindred is good again. Oh, who knows? Who knew? Heavenly Cain, is this the right patch? Wasn't this comp bad? I forget. I'm trying to just show like the AP ones, right? So this is what I mean. Like you can make like Kai'Sa items, and then you can make like AP items on this dude. If you're playing Ashe, you can itemize the here it's showing you itemize the Annie and the Ashe, but a lot of times you play this with a Lilia as well. If you're playing like Duelist, it works out really well that you can put like AP items on the Volibear and AD items on like the Trista or the Lee Sin. In this case, if you're playing like Umbrals, you can put like AD items on like a Yone and sometimes on a SYLAS, and then AP on like the Alune. I'm trying to find like they don't have really like floor cross flex boards here, which is kind of like weird. A lot of this feels outdated. A lot of this feels really outdated, because it's not even like the Sage SYLAS, like the Morgana SYLAS comp, and that's like a lot better in terms of like the units. Let's see. Yeah, like SYLAS you usually just make like either healing, but I think like SYLAS is really good with like what's it called? A Spark, and Adaptive Helm is really good on him. Syndra, this is actually outdated. Syndra, you usually want to make like what's it called? Adaptive Helm on Syndra. But Lilia you can play with Ashe. You can play Syndra with Ashe. You can play SYLAS with Kai'Sa. You can even play SYLAS with Ashe just to like change up your front line a little bit. So you have like lots of options. Wow, that's actually really like not useful. I think that part of the website is outdated from last time I checked it. We'll just have to go back to it when I actually have direction for this stuff. But yeah, the main thing that you want to do is like if you looked at most of the boards that I was pointing out anyways, they usually have like multiple damage dealers itemized. And that's something that you really have to prioritize, right? It comes down to a lot like who you're playing against as well. If you're playing against like someone who has like a really strong front line, a lot of times you need the 2 carries to break through it. But likewise, if someone else has like really strong damage output, your front line might not be good enough, so you might have to like completely like revamp how you're working with stuff. Oh, okay, now I can finally talk about this. Now I finished that pointers. I forgot this was Build-A-Bud, so I took Build-A-Bud. I end up losing a fight here, which kind of fucking sucks. Because like the whole point of Build-A-Bud is that as a prismatic augment, I'm gaining a 3-star champion, right? I really want a streak. Now I have a lot of gold, mind you. I'm like 40 gold. I'm doing pretty good for myself, but it sucks losing my streak, because losing the streak gold is actually a really big deal. And I think that's like the Build-A-Bud is really risky. I think I took it. I usually try not to take this one. I don't think it's that good. We'll check the stats on that in specific, but I was losing a lot. I think there's one more 8th here that didn't show up, which was the game right before this. So I actually just lost like 200 LP. A lot of these were like really low rolls, and then I think this one was tilt and this one was tilt. But like these first 3, like I was even looking at them and it was just fucking crazy. Like I think this 8th, I fought like the same 3-star 4 cost guy 3 times, and I just fucking died. Like it was so bad. I could drop the tome, so this might give me a lot of direction. We'll see the tome, we'll see the augment, and then we'll go back to the stats just to show you like Build-A-Bud in terms of like what's good. Oh, I found a Bruiser emblem. Oh, that's so good for me, because I already have this guy. Oh, I see. So now I can play like 8 Bruiser, and I already have like a Kabuko that's scaling. That's actually really strong. I'm curious how I think I go 3rd this game, just as a spoiler. I'm curious what happens. It's probably somebody hit a 3-star. Yeah, it has to be. There's no way I don't win this lobby from this spot. Somebody had to like giga high roll. Is it loot subscription? What's the lobby? Ascending augments? I was standing on ascending augments. Is it gold subscription? I didn't check before it started. Oh, it's gold subscription. Fuck. Alright, let's see the carousel, what I take. Honestly, it's probably just take Kaisa. Who cares about the item? Right? Because now I'm always playing towards SYLAS. And Kaisa works out really well for that. I have IE already slammed. Yeah, I was kind of angling AD anyways. That's actually pretty good. That's actually really good. And then I can just make like I can just slam a JG or I can slam a TG. It might be just be slam TG just to have tempo, because I'm gonna have so many bruisers that TG is actually pretty good on bruisers because like they're all gonna be doing damage. Alright, so let's go to stats. So now we have something to look up actually. So let's go build. I'll show you Build-A-Bud. Build-A-Bud averages a 4.47. It's not necessarily the worst, not necessarily the best. If we go on augments and we go prismatic and we sort by placement, if I go Control F, build a bud, it's not the worst, right? There's definitely some that are a little bit worse, but it's definitely not the best, right? Like even some of the options that I had there already were better, right? Like the biggest problem is that it works really nicely with like the one cost rerolls, right? If you look at the delta on it, like Darius obviously is like a giga unit, right? Sorry, I'll go delta. Darius obviously is like one of the best things you can hit because he's so strong early game, as well into late game. Even after the nerfs is really strong. You can see that like some of them are just like legendaries and heavenlies, and obviously the duelists work really well because you get like Darius 3 and then you just play tempo into like vertical duelists, right? Kha'Zix works really well. Sivir works really well because you can just play towards Storyweaver and you have like a really strong Kale that scales, right? And then over here you kind of have Kabuko. It is plus delta, but you do have the relative delta, which is giga minus, which is really nice. If you look at the stats of just having like a Kabuko, right, it's Kabuko 3 is just good, right? And if you put this with like a Kaisa 2, for example, it's like it's actually works out pretty well because the Kaisa takes to the bruiser line really well. If you put Kabuko 3 and you put 8 bruiser though, you do get like an insanely high cap, right? So the bruiser emblem does work really well. In terms of like items, I just want to see who the best bruiser emblem holder is as well, right? Because 8 bruiser, what it does is it also does bonus damage based on like the unit, right? Okay, so bruiser emblem, we'll go by delta. Obviously Rakan is good, Wukong's good, Kane's good. That makes sense. You just play it with like Sage Ghostly, like so you play like SYLAS, Irelia, Xayah. Yeah, these are all fine. This makes sense. So basically you're just trying to put on a legendary unit. If you don't put on a legendary unit, you're trying to put it on some sort of like other unit that synergizes really well that will do a bunch of damage. It is pretty bad on Kaisa though, so that's just something to keep in mind. Alright, those are probably the stats for right now. We'll go back. It's 4-1, so we're prepping to do our roll down. I'm basically making Kaisa items. I got this Kaisa off Carousel, so I already have one Kaisa, which is pretty good for me. The problem is I put the items on the Sivir. I did hold extra Sivirs, so I'm fine. I can still play the Sivir. I should swap out this. I think it's just Exalted. Yeah, I think Kabuko is Exalted this game, so I'm trying to play towards Exalted and just fit that in as well. If we look at my health, I'm relatively healthy, right? I really do rely on hitting the other bruisers like the SYLAS, and I have to go level 9. So I don't want to roll too aggressively on level 8 here. This guy is just so fucking strong. This is the problem with gold subscription. Sometimes people just hit and then they're like really strong. Like he went to level 8 and he sent it. He's 40 gold and he has an Annie 2. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, nice. Like how am I ever going to beat him? Even if I leveled to 8 and I rolled down all my gold, I'm not beating that guy ever, right? I get little buddies. So I take little buddies because I have a Kabuko, so I'll always get little buddies value, and I have this. My augments are so good. How do I not win this game? I didn't even notice I have Unified, right? Unified is so good with Bruisers because Bruisers have a bunch of HP, right? Oh, I spelled HP wrong, right? They have a, oh, we're just gonna start over. Bruisers have a bunch of HP, so if you give them armor / MR, what you do is you make like a Giga Tank, right? So you get a lot of value off Unified, right? Like Unified might not be as good if you're playing like 6 Behemoth, for example, right? Because Behemoths already get a bunch of armor, so then it's like diminishing returns. But because Bruisers are increasing their HP by a lot, it works out really well to play around giving them a little bit of armor. Here I'm playing 3 Trick Shot. The Bruiser on this guy is not necessarily that great. The final board that I'm probably going to play is 8 Bruiser, 2 Trick Shot, right? The thing with Trick Shots, also this guy I think has a Kaisa 2 already. Like, holy fuck, everybody's high rolling, and he's well fed. Oh no. See, the problem is I have to go level, in order to fit in like a really strong board, I have to go level thing. I didn't make my items yet. Okay, I have to play SYLAS. I have to make a Spark and or JG, put it on the SYLAS, put the SYLAS in, like, get your shit together. Come on, speed up, ah, damn it. Get rid of somebody, put in the SYLAS. You need more damage, Fenrir. Alright, in this spot I need more damage. I'm trying to think, do I love, I'm just so dizzy. These 2 turns are 2 rounds of really dizzy. I lost like 20 HP. I think I'm just panicking because everybody's like I get there eventually, right? Like, look, I'm gonna get there. Yeah, Spark on SYLAS is really good because he shreds everybody, right? It doesn't matter if my team isn't doing shred. Everybody and their fucking mother has a fucking Kaisa on their board. Like, how does this guy have a Kaisa too? What is he, built diff? No, I think he got birthday present. He got a Kaisa, because why the fuck would he be playing a Kaisa 0 synergy? This sucks. I could probably switch the Kaisa out for, I should just switch the Kaisa for Ashe, honestly. Isn't Aphelios Exalted? I need to hover the Exalted. We need to figure out who these Exalteds are, because maybe that explains why I'm playing so fucking shit. But this guy also has an Ashe. He's only an Ashe and a Kaisa. Like, he's not gonna win the game. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's such a waste of gold. Because you have 0 synergy Kaisa 2. I feel like she's barely doing anything. 0 items, 0 synergy Kaisa 2. Take belt. Guard breaker is fine. Guard breaker is good on Kaisa because it's another crit glove item, so it basically gives her like 100% crit chance. It makes her damage more consistent. Guard breaker is also a good item. I have to roll here probably. Oh, I think I want to go 9. I want to go 9 because I have 6 Bruiser, right? I have 8 Bruiser if I go 9. I'm playing 3 Trick Shot. Honestly, I should just play another Bruiser instead of this guy. Oh, okay, this is why I don't go first. Now I know why. This is just too much wasted time. I'm sacking the stage to go 9. So the reason I want to go 9 is because I want to play 8 Bruiser, because I know 8 Bruiser is really strong. The problem is I'm losing a lot of HP and everybody else hit their board, right? This guy has Ashe 2. The other guy I fought has Ashe 2, Kaisa 2. The other guy has Annie 2, right? I'm sitting here with like Kaisa 1 and like SYLAS 1. It's like I'm pretty much guaranteed to lose every fight here. Oh, maybe I beat this guy because his frontline shit. Oh, I think I beat this guy because his frontline was shit. Oh, actually, no. The Ashe is on my Kaisa. That was actually really close. That's like a positioning diff because my Kaisa walked up and the Ashe targeted my Kaisa before my Kaisa targeted the Ashe. But, you know, that's fine. And look what happened. I went from like top health to low health in like a couple turns. Oh, this is really badly played. I definitely should have rolled. 5 Bruiser, 4 Trick Shot. Really? That's not going to help. I do have a damage problem, so I tried playing more Trick Shots. Oh, my setup was so good. Oh, I feel so ashamed of myself. Like, now I'm kind of playing for like a high roll instead of just playing for like a guaranteed top 4, which I usually do. I should have definitely rolled earlier. to try and hit. It's just because I really want to hit like the Xayah, right? Because the Xayah is so important with the Kai'Sa as a carry. And I'll probably switch items to Xayah after this. Man, I wonder who I Bruiser Emblem. Because I probably don't Bruiser. I might Bruiser Emblem the other dude. Yeah, this is the Sage SYLAS comp that people are playing. But as you can see, like I had AD items, I have some AP items, so I was able to like split them up pretty nicely. Man, this is just rough to watch. 32 HP. I think I'm just too confident, right? I know that 8 Bruiser is insanely strong, right? And it's gold subscription, so I just don't wanna. I don't wanna roll like because it's gold subscription. There's two schools of thought, right? You either save all your gold to roll on 9, and you're playing for 1st or 8th, right? Which is what I'm doing here, right? In hindsight, I don't like that because, like, you know, in my head, I'm like, it's probably a thing. That's probably a little bit of tilt though, because I'm thinking to myself, I'm like 0 LP, so I'm just going for the 1st, right? So right now, I'm doing like a 1st or 8th strategy, right? With gold subscription, you just gain a bunch of gold, right? If I level to 9 and I gain a bunch of gold, I can just roll all that gold on 9. Likewise, if I roll all my gold on 8, then I can gain a bunch of gold, recover my econ, and go 9 later to cap out my board. For me, it's like, fuck it, I'm just going to sack all of these stages, right? My mentality is this. I'm just going to sack all these stages. There's a chance I go 8th because I just roll on 9 and I just don't hit anything, right? Here I already found the Xayah, but there's a chance that, like, you know, the gold subscription is really little, and then I just don't hit the Xayah, and I'm just fucked, right? I'm rolling for, I don't know what I'm rolling for. I found another Kai'Sa. I have Xayah too. Okay. Oh, I wasn't fast enough. Okay, what now you do is you sell this, put items on Xayah, drop 2 of these, and play 8 Bruiser. Done. It's a win out. Okay, I made it. This is the main thing, right? I'm kind of playing towards, like, it's okay if you don't hit Kai'Sa 2, but, like, you need to at least hit Xayah 2. Xayah 2 has insane single target. Oh, this is going to be a tight game. Oh, my God. This is going to be close. Yeah, this is very 1st or 8th, right? This is how some people play. I'm not good with this style, right? Like, the style that I'm playing, like, I don't have the APM for it. Like, I definitely have to, like, practice, like, transitioning faster and not thinking as much, but sometimes I just don't fucking do anything. Oh, this is really good for me. Oh, wait. This is actually really good for me. I need an AP item for SYLAS. Oh, wait. Oh, dude, Blue Buff was... Oh, wow, that's so greedy. Oh, my God. Ah! I'm gonna cry. Oh, my God. Take. Oh. Oh, I was playing for 1st or 8th. Okay, so... Oh, I upgrade this... What am I doing? Oh, I am greedy. It's just protectors. Don't overthink it. It's protectors. He has Radiant Rabadons. Holy shit. I bet on house. Like, what is it when you're playing roulette and you bet on, like, green? Holy shit. Okay, so let's break it down. Let's break down why I'm, like, so... Oh my God. Okay, so I had the option for Xayah item. I had the option for SYLAS item. And then I had the option to go for Kai'Sa, right? Okay, so what the safe strat would have been is sell Kai'Sa, put items on Xayah, go for a SYLAS item, right? The other thing is, if you see anything in this shop that is either a good Xayah item, a good SYLAS item, or a good tank item, you just take it, right? As long as it's not like something like super specific, right? You just want to slam an item on somebody, right? I have a Xayah too, right? So I can easily just play what's it called? And I finally switched the board. The 8 Bruiser is just so much better because it's just so much frontline, right? I wanted a SYLAS item. I was greeting for a good SYLAS item, right? Like JG is like whatever. It's not that good, like even in stats, right? But I wanted a really good SYLAS item because I know that I have a Bruiser spat and I'm playing towards 8 Bruiser. So I'm greeting to not hit the Xayah items. I'm thinking like I can just find Xayah items later in the game, right? So these items are really good on Kaisa. So I'll just keep the Kaisa items. I'll find Xayah items later, and I'll go for like SYLAS items after. You should never do that, right? What you should do, especially if you're this low on HP, right? If you're trying to play for like placements, what you should do is any item that is slammable on any unit that is like upgraded. So even if there's an item there and I could put it on Xayah, you just take it. You just put on the Xayah, right? Like I have a Xayah too. She's gonna do a shit ton of damage anyways, right? But for me, because I'm playing around this 8 Bruiser, and I know like relatively like from experience of playing 8 Bruiser before multiple times, I know that like an 8 Bruiser SYLAS with like a Giga item will go infinite. Like this SYLAS will just be my new carry and fuck everything else, right? Like all of this, like these don't matter. Also, this guy's backline because of Unify. Don't worry, I didn't forget. I also have little buddies. So with this Bruiser board, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 little buddies. These guys have insane attack speed. This guy has insane attack speed. Like this board is so fucking strong. Oh my god. Okay, this is what I mean by playing first or 8th, right? So that's why I greeted all of stage 4. Right, stage 4 you might have looked at and you're like, wow, you lost like 60 HP, like minus 60 HP. It was because this is what I envisioned later. Now I definitely high rolled that Lee Sin gave my guy a Radiant Rabadons, but even a 3-item SYLAS, watch my SYLAS, right? Like when the game ends, or when the round ends, like he probably is most damage. It's probably between that and the Xayah, but I think it's going to be the SYLAS. The SYLAS is unkillable. Yeah, SYLAS is most damage, and second is Xayah. Because the 8 Bruiser, what it does, it does additional damage every couple seconds, in addition to like giving them a bunch of HP. So it makes them like insane HP. I have Unified, even though it's Unified 1, so I have a little bit of armor on my SYLAS. My SYLAS has a spark, so anywhere he goes, he can just run free and he'll always be shredding whoever he's fighting. He has a good tank item because Protectors is good. It helps him to cast. SYLAS, you care a lot about casting because when he casts, he does like all his crazy shit. So you want to keep him like uptime in his ult. And then I have Radiant Rabadons. It's like, it's fucking, the game's fucking over. So now I'm scouting. I'm trying to see like, okay, this guy's 1-off Lilia 3. So I'll probably just roll here. Like, there's no reason for me. I'm holding 1 Lilia for this guy, which is good. Oh, I definitely lose to a 3-star for sure. There's no way I don't. But even with... Does this guy have Lee Sin 3? Is this the guy that hits it eventually? I'm confused. I think this is the game that I lose to a Lee Sin 3. But anyways, that's why I was playing super greedy. I don't recommend doing this. There's some players that do this all the time. Like, I have a friend who's like challenger, right? And he plays in a very like greedy... He plays like... I think like... How do I phrase it? The higher you are on the ladder, the more essential it is to make the most. Yeah, this guy has a fucking Lee Sin 3. When did he hit that? I didn't even see it on the VOD review. How did he hit a Lee Sin 3 already? I think I was just too dizzy. This guy has a duplicator. Who is it? It's not even this guy. There's another guy who has a Lee Sin 3. When did he hit that? Is he Divine Rolls or some shit? Like he just hit it on something? Like Chaos. Epitaph. Like, did he just hit it? Like, I'm so confused. Okay, so that's why I lose to. He's the only guy I could lose to, which sucks. If I go 10, can I fit in somebody else? I can play an Ink Shadow. But I'm probably going to make a Xayah item here. I'm going to pick a Xayah item here. You know what the problem is? There's another guy that has a SYLAS too, so I can't even go for SYLAS 3. And there's like, everybody in the lobby has a fucking Kaisa, so I can't even go for Kaisa 3. Everybody's holding a Galio, so I can't go for Galio 3. So I don't really have any options to like hit a 3-star. Why am I rolling? Oh, I'm just guaranteeing placement. I think I kind of saw the Lee Sin 3 and I gave up. I was probably like, wait to roll until somebody else dies. Man. Thank God they did some changes, because I think this was last patch where thing. But anyways, yeah. I have triple item Xayah now. My SYLAS is still the Giga unit. I think I win every lobby if it wasn't like, if the guy didn't have Lee Sin 3, which kind of sucks. Because 8 Bruiser SYLAS triple item is so fucking strong. Like, I even have a Xayah too. It's like, I have single target, I have AoE, I have everything going for me. Oh, I think I'm just rolling for like Canes. I found the last Lee Sin. That's worth something, isn't it? Yeah, I think I play that guy and I just die. That's the problem. But it's honestly, it's not even that. It might even be close. Because, like, if I can isolate the Lee Sin, I might be able to win. Fuck, he has Hall Crusher on it as well. Okay, let's watch. I think this is against Clone. Right? Yeah, like, look how close it is. You see how, look at, that's a Lee Sin 3. Like, I know it's Clone, but that's a Lee Sin 3 against my SYLAS. And look how hard it is for my SYLAS to die. Because I'm 8 Bruiser. Oh, this might have been positioning diff. I guess like they were on it early, though. I beat it for sure, right? Oh, no. The Lee Sin damage is so... The Lee Sin, like, punch that he hits the backline is so fucking cringe. Because I think if I position on the opposite side, I win that. Man... But that's Clone. You see how close it was, though? Oh, how do I keep finding the last Lee Sin? Like, what the fuck? Like, I keep finding this guy. How do I find the last Lee Sin twice? Didn't the SYLAS player die already? Shouldn't I just be seeing, like, all shops of SYLAS? And I'm griefing this Lilia guy because I'm trying to get placements. Because if the guy hits Lilia 3, then I'm guaranteed third. Maybe I can play for second here, because the only person I lose to is that guy. Right? The only person I lose to is the Lee Sin 3. It sucks because I fought Clone, because that means I'm going to be due for his real soon. If I really needed to beat that Clone in order to get second. What could I have done differently again in that fight? I think the only thing I could have tried is, like, positioning these two, like, in the middle instead. Because, like, the problem is my Xayah died because the Lee Sin, like, does, like, a cone, like, punch thing. Kind of like a set. Or a kick or whatever you want to call it. Man. That's definitely a top 4. But that's fine. I did play really risky. I kind of high rolled into the Xayah too, which was pretty nice. That's okay. I'm not like upset with myself. I'm kind of like, I think I played this game like a really out of character way, because usually I'm much more like interested in guaranteeing some stuff, some placements. Oh, I fight the Lee Sin now. Oh, I'm just fucking dead. That sucks, man. I need to position opposite side. Yeah. Adaptation. SYLAS opposite side as well, maybe. Kabuko has a bunch of HP. Does he get like... Oh, wait. No. Opposite side. Yeah. Bait him. Okay, SYLAS on same side is fine. Because I need to distract the Lee Sin eventually. Oh, you know what the problem is? He has a fucking Lissandra now. Did he always have a Lissandra? Oh, he's gonna fucking teapot my SYLAS. It's fucking over. Alright, so you see, like, this is what I was saying. Like, these guys don't die from the Lee Sin AoE. So they live a lot longer. Like, if I did this against his clone... Like, look how close it is! Do I win? Yes! Fuck yeah! I beat Lee Sin 3! I didn't even know I beat this. How do I go third? I lose to this fucker. Like, what the fuck? Wait, was that his clone again? Wait, do I beat his real and then I lose to his clone? That was his real, right? Yeah, this is his real, right? I beat his real and I lose to his clone. I'm gonna fucking scream. Oh my god. That's his real, right? How do I go? I could have won the lobby. I'm so bad. Yeah, that's his real. I beat his real. I beat Lee Sin 3. I beat Lee Sin 3 with this. Oh, he hits Lilia 3. Oh. God damn it. I saw the Lilia because he hits Lilia 3. I should roll. Maybe I just randomly hit a Kaisa 3. There's so many 3 caught. There's so many 4 caughts gone. Yeah, I'm too far off. I should save gold. Okay, wait, is this his real? I'm fighting his real twice? What the fuck happened here? I'm so confused. So was that a clone? But he took damage. Was there 2 guys with Lee Sin 3? I'm so fucking confused. Anyways, I lose to him now, but I just beat him. Like, what? Whatever. It's a third. We'll take that. Anyways, hopefully it was entertaining. This is kind of like... hopefully it was informative. Like, the 8 Bruiser setup's really good. Build-A-Bud, Kabuko, the SYLAS thing. This was a very action-packed game, so hopefully it was a little bit entertaining. Tomorrow I'll go back to like make it like a regular guide. I'm trying to pick like some fun videos for y'all. But yeah, and then I should be grinding next week the patch, and yeah, hopefully that was enjoyable. I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.